right, good evening. Welcome to St. Vincent de Paul Help Center. They were gracious enough to let us use their facilities, and we have an executive in the house, Amica Vogler, back there with the phone. So if you turn around, she might take a picture. But no, we've asked you all here because we have some important information to share with you. It's done. I mean, it's pretty immeasurable in my life what Moringa and what Zija products have done to me. It single-handedly shaped our marriage and our life, and my wife's life, and flat out, where the VA and Kootenai Health couldn't help us, Zija was there for us. It was introduced by our little cousin, our little cousin Noelle. It's one of Amica's friends, and without her, we would have buried my wife in February. And for myself, I've lost 30 pounds, and my health and anxiety have never been better. I'm starting to prepare for marathons at 30, coming up on 35, where I wasn't doing that at 25. So that the gains that I've seen, they're astronomical in my own mind. But so we're here to show you a little bit of the products, and Amica's are going to talk about the business, because that's part of the product. Is there's a real business involved with this, and so it's an all-around good product. And Amica, if you want to come up, Amica Vogler, introduce yourself. Doctor of Physical Therapy, awesome person, one of our mentors. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
she
thanks,
came
Riley.
she came all the way from Tri-Cities to come here tonight. So
yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I'm happy to be here. So yeah, my name's Amica. I'm from Pendleton, Oregon. I'm 29 years old, and I was actually introduced to this opportunity about 17 months ago. And it was a no-brainer for me, based on what I knew about nutrition and the human body and the health benefits. So I got started. I shared it with the people that I love and care about the most, which was my family members, and it did incredible things for their health as well. And what I found is the more people that I shared it with, the more people continue to get those same results, and it just kind of grew into a business for me. I have zero business experience. I have zero network marketing experience. But what's so cool about this is we have something that everyone can benefit from. Because if you go about your daily life, everyone's usually complaining of a couple things. It's usually their energy, or they're looking to lose weight, or they're in aches or pains, or they're not sleeping well, or maybe it's that they hate their job, or they hate their time, or they can't spend time with their loved ones. So all we do here is we just listen to people, we add value to them, and share solutions to whatever their problems are. So like I said, went to school for 7 years, and this is actually kind of my full-time focus right now. That's what it's been able to do for me financially. So I'm excited for you guys to see this information, and just names will come to mind, the people that can benefit from it. So I encourage you to maybe write them in your phone or jot them down, because you might forget. But I think the information you're going to see here tonight is really going to impact you guys in a big way. So I'm glad you guys are all here, and we'll open up at the end for any questions. So I'm going to hold, actually, I'm probably going to hold my laptop here. I'm not fancy, I don't have a clicker just yet. So, okay, so the name of the company is Zija International. We actually have 3 divisions that we're going to talk about today. Our core nutrition, essential oils, and ripsticks. This is the company. We're located down in Lehi, Utah, which is actually where a couple of us are going to be this week. It's our regional event. So this is at Thanksgiving Point. What I love about Zija is the story. So this man, Ken Brailsford, has anyone heard of the company Nature Sunshine before? Enrich International, which is now Unicity. So anyways, Ken Brailsford, he's actually the founder of those 2 companies. He's known as the father of herbal encapsulation, but he was the first guy to take cayenne pepper and put it into capsules back in the 80s. So he's a legend in the industry. But what happened is he was retired. A friend brought to him this documentary that he'd seen on the Discovery Channel. And it was called the Miracle Tree documentary. And so we showed it to Ken, and Ken was like, I'm not going to do anything with it. I've built 2 businesses before, but after seeing that documentary and what this plant was doing for third world countries, he was actually spiritually prompted, and he came out of retirement, put $11 million down of his own cash, because he was that wealthy, and started our company. So it's a really cool story, because there's so many companies out there that it's really, they get started for the business and they kind of add their products in it. Well, this was all sparked off the Discovery Channel. So I always like to share the Zija story because it's very unique. And then we have Dr. Joshua Plant, who I kind of have a crush on. He's like a nerd. He's usually in a bow tie. But anyways, Dr. Plant, he's awesome. He's been to Tri-Cities a couple times to present and speak to us. But he's a genius. He graduated from Harvard Med School. It typically takes people 8 years to do that program, and he did it in 3.5. And he was #1 in his class. So he's pretty smart, right? But when he graduated, he was being recruited from all the top tier pharmaceutical companies, but he did not want to find, cures for diseases that he knew could be prevented by proper nutrition. So he actually, got wind that Ken Brailsford was bringing Moringa to the U.S. and he had studied Moringa in college. So Dr. Plant sought out our company. So pretty cool story there too. And he's made some key discoveries on epigenetics and our clinical grade essential oils, which I'll highlight. So we've got Dr. Plant. I always say that, our doctor's smarter than yours because of his, how fast he completed that program and the accolades that he's accumulated. So Dr. Plant, and so here is Moringa. So what attracted me to this was all of the research behind this plant. So it wasn't Zija saying Moringa was a good thing. It wasn't, my friend saying it was a good thing. It was all the third-party evidence, which I'll show you. But hands down, Moringa is the most nutrient-dense plant ever discovered. It has 92 essential nutrients. And there's actually 90 nutrients that your body, your cells require. And Moringa has 92 verifiable nutrients in it. So pretty incredible. As you can see, antioxidants, super high in that. What that's doing, that's fighting aging, that's fighting oxidation, that's fighting free radicals, toxins in our environment. Has the most antioxidants of any plant out there. 36 anti-inflammatories. So many things come from inflammation, and we have to be careful because we can't, treat, cure, diagnose anything. But if you think about it, aches and pains, what's that coming from? Digestive issues, inflammation. That's really the root cause of a lot of disease, is inflammation. So 36 naturally occurring anti-inflammatories is a really big deal. Then you have all your omegas, 3, 6, and 9. What those are your essential fatty acids. So one thing I noticed when I first started taking this was this, after about 4 or 5 days, it was like a mental clarity. It was almost like my whole world was in high definition. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but that was huge for me. I wish I would have had this in physical therapy school because I was, studying for lots of exams, drinking energy drinks and stuff, but that would have been huge. But that's from those omegas, and then all 20 amino acids, including the 9 that we have to get from our food. And in order to get that from our food, that's very complicated. It's almost nearly impossible unless you have a degree in nutrition to figure that out, and it's really expensive to try to do that. So all 20 amino acids, so in total, 92 different nutrients that have been verified in Moringa. A couple things about the plant. So we actually use all parts. Here's the, so we use the leaves, the fruit, the seeds, the pods. All different parts of the Moringa have different constituent nutrients. So that's unique to Zija, is that we use all parts of the plant. And these seed casings right here, they're actually used in third world countries to purify water. So that's on that documentary as well. So if you can imagine, when you're drinking your swamp water that we call it right here, you're actually getting a natural cleanse, a natural detox from it. So this is the separator out here, and people always ask, well, how does this compare to company X, Y, and Z? And in all honesty, it really doesn't, because we are the first to market Moringa. There are copycat companies out there, but I'm not going to go into detail about why ours is at a higher standard, because you guys can research that and see that, and I can answer those questions later. But nobody holds a candle to what we've done, because it's very expensive, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without Ken Brailsford. So Moringa is what is the separator here. So this is our manufacturing facility down in Lehi, Utah. So we actually purchased the farms over in northern India where the Moringa is grown. We actually filter the water with the Moringa before we water the Moringa. And then it's hand-picked and shade-dried, so there's no leach nutrition from the ultraviolet rays. And then it's vacuum sealed and mailed here. And what this is This is a pharmaceutical rated manufacturing plant. So Ken, he wanted to do everything right, so he actually invited the FDA in, which he didn't have to do because most supplements today are held at a nutraceutical standard. There's no real regulation, but he invited the FDA in, they inspected this, and gave it a pharmaceutical rating. So on that documentary, Monica Marcoux talks about Moringa being the most perfect food. So essentially kind of what we've done is we've made it a pharmaceutical food. So if you can imagine like what, you know, our spinach that you go and get at Albertsons, or your apples or whatever, if they were grown in the perfect soil, and not in the sun, if they were, you know, harvested without pesticides, chemicals, all that stuff, and then produced there, they would probably have a lot more nutrient value. But today, in order to get the iron from our spinach that we did 50 years ago, we'd have to eat 40 heads of spinach. And that's fact, that's not just me saying that, that's the Surgeon General. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to eat 40 heads of spinach. Like, I'm not, you know, Popeye or anything, so I'm just not going to eat that much spinach. But that's the truth. So we produced it at the highest standard, so that's a very rare thing to Zija as well. So I'll just talk a little bit. Our main product line is really our core nutritionals. This is something that everyone can really benefit from, because again, it's all about, you know, giving your body nutrition. You know, each day, you know, you're supposed to get so many servings of fruits and vegetables, but I go back to, you know, we're living on 80% less nutrition today. We can't get it from our soil, the air, all those different things. And then you talk about, you know, the added chemicals to our food. You know, GMOs, you know, artificial sweeteners, all those things that are just making us toxic on the inside. So all of our core nutritionals here have the Moringa infused in it. Oh, this slide's kind of out of place, but anyways, that's what I was talking about. So PubMed.gov. So in physical therapy school, we had to cite all of our research. You know, nothing was valid unless it had evidence behind it. So if you go on this website, which is run by the National Institute of Health, and you type in Moringa oleifera, there's over 400 third-party peer-reviewed articles talking about it. So this is very unique to our company as well. The plant has been studied for years, and actually what the World Health Organization said, and again, you know, we can't treat, cure, diagnose anything, but this is what the World Health Organization said, is that Moringa can arrest, reverse, and mitigate over 300 different diseases. 300. And there's only 400 diseases known to mankind. So that's an article that you guys can research as well, that's published out there. So this is very attractive, and that's why there's tons of healthcare professionals promoting this, is because there's evidence behind it. So third-party validation. So our weight management system is really probably our most popular because of the epidemic today. You know, 7 out of 10 people are overweight, and what's, you know, sad now is, you know, you look at our kids and you're starting to see the increased incidence in overweight children, diabetes and everything, and again, it goes back to our food today is not what it used to be. So this is our weight management system. I'll pick up the products here to kind of highlight. So nutrition capsule cleanse. So step 1, give your body the nutrition. All of these packets have the highest dose of the Moringa. Super Mix, this is the highest dose of the Moringa. You know, mix all these, you mix it with water, drink it 1 to 2 times a day. Smart Mix has some added stuff for your digestive system. Both of these are completely safe for ages 0 to 100. Pregnant women can take it, breastfeeding women. It's actually, that's one of the traditional uses for it, is it helps produce breast milk and gives good nutrition to the baby. So this is just your nutrition. What this is nutrition plus energy. So it has some natural teas in it. So I take this first thing in the morning, and then I usually take 1 of these in the afternoon. But you really probably only need 1 a day, maybe 2 a day, based on what, you know, your health issues are. So this is the nutrition. So what happens when you're giving your body premium fuel is that your body starts functioning better naturally. So you're getting that premium fuel. Your metabolism will start to come back into balance. You know, hormones will start to regulate and everything. So you're just giving your engine good fuel. So step 2 of the system is these capsules, and it says appetite suppression up there, which they will do that, and they will help with fat burning on a cellular level. But there's some other key uses to them too that I've discovered. But just as far as weight loss goes, So the burn is the most extreme, the AM is a little less extreme. So what a lot of people do is they'll rotate. So they'll take the burns 1 month and the AMs the next month if they're looking to lose some weight. But these are your morning time capsules. The first time I took a burn, I kind of started sweating because it has some niacin in it, so I got a natural flush. But I love the burn capsule. It's one of my favorites. The AM, what some people have noticed is an improvement in their mood. So that's not for everyone, but some people call the AMs their happy pills. But pick your morning capsule, and then there's the PM capsule, which is super popular because this helps deal with stress. So who do you know that has stress in their life, right? Stressed out about our jobs, money, our weight, whatever it is, but this helps reduce stress on a cellular level. It can help with evening food cravings. So there's a couple different uses for the PM capsule. And there's some ingredients in here that's really good as far as iodine that helps with your thyroid. So again, can't treat, cure, diagnose anything, but this is, that's kind of what the PM capsule can do for the thyroid. So what happens when your body, so you got your nutrition, you have your capsules, so your body is gonna start burning fat and releasing toxins. Well, those toxins, if they don't have anywhere to go, they're just gonna keep recirculating in your body. Which is why a lot of people, when they try to lose weight or try to improve their health, they don't get too far because they're not cleansing or detoxing. So what Dr. Plant formulated was this tea. And this tea has the moringa in it with a couple other ingredients, but specifically those seed casings that help cleanse your body on a cellular level. So we always say the tea is the key, and you will have a moving experience about 10 hours later, give or take. But this is just gonna flush all those toxins, put it into your digestive tract, and you're gonna eliminate it. So this tea, a couple times a week. If you're trying to lose weight, you can take it more, but I've been doing this for about 17 months, so I take the tea about once a week now. But if I go out and have a bad meal, eat a hamburger, I'll definitely come home and detox. So this is the tea. So the products work very synergistically together, so we always recommend getting started with a system because we want you to have the best results. So just picking and choosing won't get you to really where you want to be. So that is our weight management system. And something I'd like to highlight, so Noelle, their cousin that introduced it to them, she was actually taking that whole system of products, including the capsules, and she put on 20 pounds of lean muscle mass. So even though the capsules are targeted to burn fat, your body knows what to do, and it's not gonna make you lose weight if you don't need to lose it. So I just wanted to point that out too. Then we have a skincare line, which is all infused with Moringa. I won't talk a ton about this, but the formulator who's formulated 18,000 different products said that it's like 9 years ahead of any skincare line. And I think it has a lot to do with the Moringa itself, but there's a Zija oil in there on the far right that I love for my cuticles, scars, stretch marks, a lot of testimonies on that. So
We carry that with us everywhere. The
The
Zija
Zija
oil,
oil?
that's like
Awesome.
our bumps, scrapes, and bruises for our children.
yeah,
Like we dealt with the split open head that needed staples. We're like, Zija oil.
awesome.
And its healing is,
Yeah,
It's quick.
it's like nature's Neosporin. It has the seed casings and moringa in there too. So, so who knows about essential oils? Raise your hand. Has anyone ever heard of oils? You've heard of oils? You guys have heard of oils? Awesome. So I didn't know anything about oils like a year ago until our company launched them. But once they did, of course, I started researching and everything. So that PubMed.gov website, there's over like 13,000 articles on essential oils. But until Amica, there was no real science or validation that could prove that the oils were held at that standard, because all of the research was done at a clinical standard. So what Dr. Plant and a bunch of other PhDs, scientists did was they created a patent, which is called the certified difference. And basically, it's just a series of tests and measures that we've developed to prove that our oils are actually held at that clinical standard and that are cell active and permeable. And we're the first company to do that. You can go to ameo.com and type in this batch code on the bottom of each bottle, which is unique to that bottle, and you can see this oil actually interacting with live human cells. So it's showing that it's actually permeating the cell membrane, which is making it do its benefit, because if it can't get across the cell membrane, it's not going to work. So we're the first company to do that, and so we've had a lot of people who love oils. We do the blind test. We have have them smell it. We show them the research, and they really appreciate it, and they've started using these oils. I did a health fair this weekend actually in Boise, and just the smell test alone, people were like, could tell that our oils were very pure. So essential oils is huge. And then we have another division too that is our ripstick supplements. This is the only 100% natural, organic, non-artificially sweetened, no chemicals sports performance line on the market, and Dr. Plant actually formulated it. So anybody who is exercising, it's just going to maximize your results. So there's a pre-workout, an intra-workout, a recover. The pre-workout, basically, when you're exercising, it takes 30 minutes to get to your thermogenic state. This gets you there in 10. So you're starting to burn fat quicker. The fuel is an intra-workout. It's kind of like a banana in a bag. It's kind of how I equate it. But that's the fuel. And then the recover has the branched chain amino acids, glucosamine, chlorophyll. And what I've found is that even though I'm working out super hard at the gym, it's hard for me to get sore, because I take this afterwards and it eliminates the soreness. A lot of CrossFit athletes love this because it's, they do multi-body workouts. So, but anyways, recover is awesome. And then there's hydrate, which is an alternative for everyone, but especially kids, because there's a lot of kids that are drinking Gatorade or drinking, soda pops or Capri Suns or whatever it is that's laden with sugar and artificial sugars. So this is hydrate, and it actually has like 24 calories, and it's just electrolyte replenishment. So that's the fourth component to the fitness line. So the ripsticks and the oils came out just last September, so we've only had them for about a year. So, but it's really broadened the people that we can reach, because some people just care about, how their biceps look or something at the gym, like they're only interested in a pre-workout. But if you share with them, the pre-workout, chances are they're going to learn more about Moringa or the oils, and eventually start using those other products. So that's that division. There's the hydrate there. So the opportunity. So I'm going to be honest. When I first got started, this was just for me. It was for my family. I was not, I just went to school for 7 years. I'd accrued $100,000 in student loans, like $100,000, and that's what I was set to do. But like I said, because what these products did for my family, and when I thought about it, health really starts from the inside out. I can come in, I can treat people with my hands. I'm a good physical therapist, but I can't treat the root cause. And again, that goes back to inflammation. So I've just been sharing this, just listening to people. I'm not a pushy salesperson. I'm not, knocking on people's doors and everything. But if people have a complaint or an issue, I say, I've found something that I think might help you with that. Are you open to looking? And generally everyone's open to looking to a solution to their problem. And so all I do is I connect them to some information. I'll send them some video links, which we can get you guys. I'll send them some videos, and then I'll follow up with them with another person on the phone with me, or I'll meet with somebody that just has that third-party validation that, it's not just me saying this is a good thing, but there's somebody else that's had a good testimony on it too. So that's what the opportunity really is in a nutshell. A lot of people think, oh, I don't want to do a business. I don't have time. This is not an hourly business. You go to work, you clock in, you clock out. This is really an exposure business. And so you're around people all the time, like I said, that are complaining of their energy, wanting to lose weight, pain, sleep, whatever it is. And if you just listen enough, talk less. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. But just listen, and then just, like I said, add value through sharing the information. So, being in business for yourself, there's tons of, even if you get started with Zija and you don't ever make $1, the tax benefits alone of having a home-based business it's a no-brainer. It's huge. So, because business owners write the tax laws. So getting started with this, it's a complete write-off. Everything you do for Zija is pretty much a write-off, so I'm not going to go into detail on that, but Oprah Winfrey actually did a special on this, on why it's important to have a home-based business. So step one, you guys, is, whatever you're interested in most is just to get involved, to pick a package. There's a couple different options. You can be a customer or distributor. No pressure either way. But what I find a lot is people who are introduced to this, like myself, who say, I just want to use the product, which is totally fine. But they have an awesome result on the product, and people see the change in them, and they naturally just start sharing it. So I guess my advice would just be to be open-minded about the business. You might be thinking today it's not for you, but we see that involvement happen all the time. So there's a couple, there's a car program too, which actually in the Northwest, there's, like in the state of Oregon, there's 3 or 4 people that have earned their car in the company. I think in Washington there's 2.
There's 0 in Idaho, except for Landon moved back.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
Landon's
don't
in
count
Boise.
Landon, there's...
Yeah, but yeah, nobody in Idaho has earned their car. But it's, it's not about cars, but you get a car in the company if you've helped enough people get on the product. That's what it is. So, car program, ways to earn income. I can go over that a little bit, but basically, bottom line, every time you connect a customer to Zija, they pay you. So they say, thank you for the customer, thank you for connecting. We're the advertising, we're the walking, talking billboards for Zija. So traditional businesses have to spend, like you work for Kohl's, right? You guys spend tons of money advertising through flyers, through the internet. We're the flyers, we're the internet, we're the walking, talking testimonies. So they're saying thank you for the customer paying us the advertising budget. And then what's neat about this is, residual income. I never really knew what residual was. I never would have had it, but every time somebody reorders from you, you get paid a percentage of that as well. And the company last year, they ran some stats, of course. They found that people who were taking our product for 90 days, a year later, 86% were still reordering it. And that's the highest retention in all of the direct selling industry. So what that's showing is the products are working. So that's where that residual income part comes in that, again, I would have never had as a physical therapist. So residual income's cool. There's profit sharing in the company. I can go into more detail on this with those who are interested in the business, but very unique as well. Ken Brailsford's taking 25% of the net profits, put them into separate pools, and once the company reaches certain benchmarks, those pools open up, and when you qualify at the diamond level, you actually get to participate in those. So that's a pretty cool thing. It's like buying stock in the company, which you can't do because it's a private company. But this is a way to kind of have your share. So the timing of it. So I'm not going to talk about the numbers there, but I will talk about Landon, who some of you have met here. But when Landon got started 2.5 years ago, there was 20 people on the product in the Northwest. Only 20. Now there's about 4,000. And that's nothing if you think about it, 4,000 people. So what's cool about this is for those who do see the potential for the business, you're catching something on the ground floor. So I always, equate it to, the people in Amway or Mary Kay or Avon, where are those people now that got started? That's what's gonna happen with Zija, and that's not hype, that's not the rip raw or whatever. It's not hype because Ken Brailsford has done it twice. He's done it twice with Nature Sunshine, with Energy International, and he's going to do it again with Zija. And he said that this is going to be his legacy deal. And that's, it's all started with the Moringa and now the oils. So the track record of success proves that it will happen. So the importance of timing is huge. So a little bit on prices. So if you guys want, you can basically pick, if you decide you just want to be a customer, you don't have to pay anything. You can say, okay, I want Super Mix, which Super Mix is 99 bucks a month. Say you want a case of Super Mix for 99 bucks a month. You get started with that, set up a reorder, and that's all you have to do. You'd be what's called a customer. Or you could be a wholesale member. You pay $20 a year. So like Costco has their membership for like 50 bucks or something. Pay 20 bucks a year, you get access to wholesale pricing, and you can pick and choose whatever you want whenever you want. Those are 2 options, but your best value is going to be one of these packages, because the packages, they waive your wholesale member fee, they waive the shipping, and they actually throw in up to $1,000 worth of free product with it. So the package is the best deal for value. As far as rewards points and stuff too, there's a rewards points program. So as a customer, when I first looked at this, the $13.20 for me was a no-brainer because I like free stuff. So I was like, oh, you know, $2,000 worth of product for $13.20, and I knew that I was going to get the most rewards points, all that. So this is what I dove in with. You can completely customize this. Say if you want oils or ripsticks or whatever you want, you can get all of those in this big kit. The 660 kit is also a good deal. You can get 2 different divisions in it. And then there's a 330 kit that is the smallest kit for your best value, and you can just get 1 division with that. So whatever makes sense financially, we don't care. I honestly just care that people get started with something. You know, whatever it is that you can afford to get started with today, that's better to do than saving money to get a larger package. There is some added incentives for the business on the 660 and 1320. So for your first 2 months, if you are going to be sharing this with people, they'll actually add 10% to your commissions for 2 months if you enroll with the 660 or 1320, and that's a guarantee. So if you are thinking, you know, if you're thinking of 2 or 3 people that you know that could benefit from it, definitely at least the 660, if not the 1320, because you'll recoup your investment back faster. So that's kind of how it works. You get your own website, your own account. Z just ships the products directly to you. I don't carry an inventory. I don't have to haul, you know, my Tupperware around. No offense to Tupperware or anything, but I don't have to, you know, have a big inventory. I just have the product that I use and just connect people to ZJust. So after you place your first order, there's no requirements for auto ships. You can cancel, do whatever you want, but I do encourage people to commit to 90 days because it takes 90 days for every cell in your body to regenerate. So if you were to try something for a week, 2 weeks, or a month, you know, and didn't see results, that would be, it'd be a detriment if you didn't continue that. But the products are 100% money back for 30 days. So Ken stands by it, it's a guarantee that way. So those are the different options. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, and one thing, so everyone should take out their phones and put this date in. So we have the privilege of Joel McNitch coming out on November 1st. So we'll be here in Spokane. Well, it'll be in Spokane somewhere actually at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. But Joel has been such a blessing to me. He's one of my friends. He's actually coming from Austin, Texas to come out and share his story. His wife actually has a master's in vegan live nutrition. So they're nutrition nuts, but he's been very successful in the business, and he's just going to come out and pour into us and share his story. So if anyone can make it to that and bring people with you, it's going to be a really awesome event. So that'll be on November 1st, and we can get the details out to you guys about that. So,
is there going to be any charge for distributors? I know I've got some friends that want to go.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. I'm not sure where the location's going to be, but did Sandy get it booked? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's all that I have to say, you guys. I do have some product here that I bought, that I brought with me for anyone that does want to get started. I'll give you a free week worth of product while your order is shipping. So that's like a $50 some value. But Harley, do you guys have any testimonies that you want to highlight to share about the product?
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly we do. We have everybody that knows us in the room. Is there anybody that could just raise a hand if they want to share something? It doesn't have to be.
Tracy,
let's go.
Well, I've been drinking Moringa now since July 18th, and it's been amazing for me. I was like suffering with, I work in a hospital 40 hours a week in ER housekeeping, so I'm really super busy. I'm on my feet 40 hours on cement floors, and I got plantar fasciitis, and for like a month or two I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis, and I had swelling around my ankle, and like I work from 10 at night to 6:30 in the morning, so the last 3 hours of my shift I would be like almost limping, and my ankles would swell up, and I was like, I didn't know if I was going to be able to continue working, and it was really overwhelming me. And then I heard about my cousin Bethany. I didn't realize she had gotten so sick, and then how well she had gotten. So I was like super excited. I'm like, if she's
awesome.
Oh, and then my husband, he's totally told me he didn't like the taste of it, never give that crap to him, you know, and he's totally against me doing what I'm doing, and I got some ZJ oil, and he's had a wart on the side of his hand for like 5 to 6 months. He's used compound W and all kinds of stuff on it, and he won't really go to the doctor over it, and we're gonna put him on my insurance November 1st, but it's like, put the ZJ oil on it, and I swear in like 2 weeks time, it's gone down to where it looks like a little pink scar, and even that's gonna probably, you know, go away. I'm not sure how
That's possible.
far, but it's almost gone. So I was like, I said, well, it's doing that for the outside of your body. I guess what it's doing for the inside of my body.
Yeah.
So I'm super
Awesome.
excited about that.
Cool. Cool. That's an awesome story. Thanks for sharing.
Anyway,
Is there anyone else in here that's got a testimony they want to share?
I'm Roger Rodell. This is my niece.
Okay.
Tracy. I got into it. My wife started us on it, and just today, all I had was an egg today, and that's all I had was Moringa and with some water, of course. But it's sustained me through the day. I mean, that's all I had was just one egg today. So I've noticed that a lot during work. I'll just, if I don't get time to eat, I'll just take a super mix, and it just sustains me through the day. And she was talking about the Moringa, the ZJ oil. My wife, I'll testify for her, because a few months back, a couple months anyway, she was holding a grandbaby, and she felt this burning sensation on her stomach and her belly, and she immediately put the baby down, and just with reflex, just grabbed the ZJ oil. It was a bee stinger, and she swatted away, and she rubbed the ZJ oil on the bee sting, and it instantly went away. There was no pain.
Oh.
And so I thought, oh, that's cool. It works on bee stings too.
Yeah. It's like nature's
Different things
Neosporin.
you find out that it works on.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Anyone else?
Anybody else? If you,
Yeah, I lost 10 pounds,
Okay.
not changing my appetite whatsoever. And nothing changed in my appetite or my food habits.
Okay.
But the 10 pounds went away here in your abdomen, which is where a lot of the inflammation starts with the abdominal obesity. And one day I was like, Which, you know, I wasn't doing anything different but using the super mix.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to say one more.
Yeah.
Today I just, this morning I weighed, a couple months ago I was in the 180s, and I've been kind of going up and down, and the last couple of weeks I've been weighing myself around 170s, mid 70s, and this morning it was 171, and I ate a lot, of course, you know, these guys can
I can,
testify.
yeah, I can testify to that. I mean, I don't understand how he does it, but
All I, you know, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's this stuff, you know. Moringa is helping a lot with, and like she said, it's in the midsection where it's,
Cool.
like, tell there's a lot of big difference there, so.
Good deal. Those are awesome testimonies. That's all you guys gotta do is just share that with people, you know, and ask if, you know, if they're open to learning about it, and shoot them some information, and we can help answer questions. So
we got one
awesome.
last one that I want to get out there, and I didn't put it up there at the front, and I was thinking about it, and one of the biggest benefits that we've had so far hasn't been health related. It was kind of came out of the blue, but it's really affected us, and I'm gonna tilt the camera to my wife.
I don't need to tell the story. I was taking care of the baby when you started out, so like I think he probably told you guys like this. Literally, I owe my life to this, right? I had been trying for 10 and a half years to get this man to take dancing lessons with me, and he wouldn't.
True.
He wouldn't.
True story.
And then, you know, when he got out of the Navy, his anxiety was getting worse, and so then he really wouldn't. But after my miraculous recovery, we're members of the Croc Center, and we've been basically living there lately, taking our kids, like I mean, this has afforded us the opportunity to just play. That's all we do all day is play with our kids and meet people and just kind of live our lives, and it's incredible. But you know, they were offering some dance classes. I said, I want to dance. He says, no. I said, I'm alive. I almost died. I want to dance. He goes, okay, fine. So we're dancing now, and he's line dancing, and he's tap dancing. Well, no, he's going to be tap dancing.
Waltzing.
Waltzing. We're going to be cha-cha, rumba. The kids are, you know, like it's just, I don't know. It's really, it's a lot of fun, and you know, that's really all we do as a family. You know, we go out and we play constantly, and that is our life now, and I am so happy with it
And
like that.
We work this part-time.
Yeah.
You know, we
Bridget
share
did.
this part-time, like an exposure business, like you were saying. We share it with our friends when we can. And then play. So, I don't think you could ask for too much more in life.
That's awesome.
So,
You should
Cool,
be on the
cool.
spot in the future.
Very cool. Well, so you guys have some forms, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a guest, just raise your hand. Well, I think we know who the guests are, but we'll come around, we'll get you some forms, we can ask any questions, and like I said, I've got that free product if you do want to get started tonight. I'd be happy to give you some that way. It takes 3 business days to ship, so thanks for having me, Bethany and Harley, and it was nice talking with all you guys, and
Thank you so much.
yeah, I'll be here to answer any questions, so.